Twin souls. Soluna led the man from Rapa Nui through the forest to her modest dwelling nestled deep within the trees. It too was of stone, circular design. Inside there was very little save a sleeping mat, covered by a magenta poncho similar to Solana's, and a small fireplace for heat and cooking. Come, Solana, sit down and rest yourself for a while I prepare us something to eat, she said with firm tenderness. His eyes held hers with unspoken yearning. I just want to look at you and touch you and hold you, he replied, feeling a tremor of new emotions break loose inside him. How can I think of food? It is you, Solana, whom I have been hungering and thirsting for all my life. Oh, and I knew it not until this very day. It has been the same for me, Solana. I was told about you and that one day you would come. Now that this moment is here, I am simply overwhelmed with the powerful love that I have for you. It is as if a current deep within me that had been sealed up for thousands of years is finally being opened. The freshest of pure air is streaming to that sacred hidden place, and I am almost dizzy by it, she explained breathlessly. At first I am going to feed us, so you may as well sit down and be comfortable. She smiled warmly, radiating her special strong beams of clarity at him. Then I shall obediently sit down and try to be patient, but I promise you that my eyes shall not be able to leave your loveliness for one instant. The woman set her attention to the task of providing nourishment, feeling his gaze ever upon her. She wondered at the marvelous floating sensation that she was experiencing. They ate their simple meal in silence, sitting side by side. When it was finished, she said to him, "Now I am going to clean the dishes in the stream. You are to lie down and get some rest until I return to you." He was about to protest when she kissed her finger and placed it gently against his mouth. "Trust me, you need the rest. I will return to you soon," he acquiesced, realizing that he was actually quite exhausted. He had slept not since the night before he had set out upon his journey to the hermit. Solana laid himself down on her sleeping mat, covering himself with his magenta poncho, and was quickly asleep. When he awoke it must have been late in the afternoon, for the shadows had lengthened outside. Next to him the woman Soluna slept soundlessly. He covered her sleeping form with his poncho and lay there marveling at her nearness. He wanted to breathe her pure essence into himself, to melt with her until indeed they knew no more separation, to unite with his sweet partner into the vast mysterious oneness. She stirred softly and he moved closer to her and pulled her into his arms and lay there quietly holding her. He knew perfect, peaceful warmness, not realizing until now that such a state could exist with another person. Solana kissed her gently on the forehead. Then her eyes slowly opened and she looked at him with wonder. Taking her face in his hands, Solana brought it closer to him and kissed her on her lips. In the stillness they looked into each other and drank deeply from the pool of their twin souls. So finally Solana murmured, "I truly love you, Solana." She answered him dreamily, "Yes, I know, and I love you, Solana." "Would you tell me about twin souls?" he asked. "Certainly, my love. Back at the beginning, there is only the great oneness. Then a piece of the one is split apart and given a soul, and that soul is sent forth to manifest its destiny. This soul experiences the world of form and limitation in order to evolve itself back into conscious union with its original oneness. The word conscious is important here because in the beginning, when we were within that oneness, it was the only reality which we knew. In order to know true union consciously, we must first experience the illusion of separation. Often souls are split apart into two or more distinct beings. These fragmented beings must learn to be complete within their limitations. When that is achieved, then they are allowed to unite with those others who also spring from the same seed or pool of essence. The hermit has told me that each of us, I am speaking here of you and me, equals two. This is because we each contain the sun and moon, masculine and feminine, united in balance within ourselves. Is that not the true teaching of Han, which symbolizes the sacred union of sun and moon, which is also the union of the two tantric polar opposites and the balancing of the four directions into one? In a sense, you could say that Han represents that state of consciousness, which lies beyond the realms of duality. Instead of focusing on the opposite sides of the coin, we concentrate on the wholeness of the coin itself. Solana continued, we have each achieved that level of completeness within ourselves individually. Hence, we are now ready to join with one another. The hermit also says that 2 plus 2 equals the 44. What this represents is that when two complete in themselves halves come together, the sum is far greater than it would be for normal and complete halves joining. It moves to a high dimensional octave symbolized by the 44, which is a master vibration number. It is also the number of absolute balance of all the opposites on multi-levels of expression. 44th color is magenta, which is by half of conscious. It is the most sacred number of one as well. Soluna paused for a breath and looked at him carefully to see if he understood all this. Solana looked at her with delighted amazement. What you are saying explains much to me, but tell me, after we unite, will there still be others, that our own one being, that Soluna will join with? Yes, there will be. It goes on and on, because everyone and everything derives from the same original oneness, do they not? We all contain the spark of Cheetah, divine essence that is with the one. The first degree of union or mating, such as we represent, is special because we can form a unit or partnership of one true love that will be serving a joint purpose far greater than either of us could achieve alone. Once we have truly merged, nothing will ever separate us again. It will only be the product of our oneness, of our union that can unite with others. We will not be united with others so much on an individual basis, but rather with our Solana unit. But our own being can join with other one beings until this entire world is completely reunited once again. Luna continued earnestly. I hope that I'm not making this all sound too complicated. It's really rather simple. The hermit also reminds me that it's important for us not to get stuck into a linear way of thinking. This is because in reality we live within a multi-dimensional universe. Multiple dimensionality is never stuck within the limitation of the time-space framework that we operate within on this planet. We belong to multiple lineages, unite in myriad unknown ways all the time, and can even experience many simultaneous lifestyles within numerous parallel dimensions. So the entire scope of the true picture is far vaster than anything our limited consciousness can currently comprehend. So I'm let this penetrate into his inner knowing. I see many new aspects now. It is an incredible awareness that defiantly expands my being. I think that you have learned far more than me, he stated. No, that is not true, my lord, Solana replied. We each contain levels of understanding which the other possesses not. These are the gifts which we bring to each other. You have as many things to teach me from your body of knowledge as I have to share with you. And don't forget that we have much joy and healing nourishment to share with each other as well. She looked longingly at him, then reached for him and brought his mouth to hers. They kissed. A long, deep, loving kiss. A kiss that flung open wide the gates of separation between them. As the lips touched, Solana saw a vision in his mind's eye of beautiful lotus flowers of purest white gold and violet growing from newest bud to blossom to fullness. Solana, I have waited for you for such a long time, she cried. There were times when I thought that I would die from the pain of my loneliness. I have dreamt of this moment above all else. Sometimes delayed, I despaired that she would ever come into my life. There were times when I even questioned her existence. I knew Not it was foolish to be waiting for you. The normal world had no interest for me. I could not involve myself in its silly childish games, its animal passions, the constant mindless struggles and sorrows. So I was sent here to visit the hermit, and here I have remained. In these hidden mountains I have found delight in the flow of nature, the simplicity of each day, and above all, the silence. I learned to love being alone and have finally found a quiet peace within. Never have I missed the drama of the world, nor the chatter of its people. The only one whom I have yearned for is you. You are my outer balance and completion. Her large green eyes misted with tears as she turned towards him. Soluna, woman of my heart and soul, he whispered, come to me that you may wait no more. Thus passed the 4 days and 4 nights, given to Soluna and Solana to share together, surrendering totally to one another to experience that one being which was their unified self. They reconnected and realigned themselves to become that oneness. They laughed and played and danced hand in hand through the forest wild. They drank deep with each other until they knew no more thirst. They felt the release of the fulfillment of their dearest desires and washed away all tears and struggles and loneliness past. They had fused their bonding, and although they lived yet in separate forms, they had been reborn as one.